Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another political episode. Now, I have some good news for those of you on my channel who are conservative, and I got some not very good liking news for those who are liberal. Now, okay, so taking a look at this, at the recent polls, the GOP has made a huge spike. Reasons? I have no idea what made it go up. Some say it's the ongoing gas prices. Oh, well, some people say it's Joe Biden. But we all have kind of known that the GOP has always taken a big lead in this election. And then, right when Roe v. Wade was overturned, Democrats started gaining strength. And we all said, oh, it's because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Well, I am probably going to do a video on this. We look at the state of Oregon. It's one of the biggest abortion states in the country. And Republicans are doing that great in Oregon. Not great, like they're going to win it, but they're doing greater than usual. This state voted for Biden over 15 points. And for other Democrats, over 15 points. We'd especially think the state of Oregon would go pure blue. Meanwhile, the state of New York, as I did in my New York video, as we know, Lee Zeldin, 44%, and Governor Hochul, I believe, is in 50%. Still a lot of percentage of people that do have, the New Yorkers, have no idea what they want in this race. Otherwise, there's the New York, after the New York, there's Connecticut. We are seeing Connecticut start to get a little redder. Now, first off, this is probably, Connecticut is most likely falling in the path of New Jersey. Remember New Jersey? We all thought that, what's his name? We all thought the Republicans, since the Republicans were pretty much going to win the election in New Jersey. At what it looked like, at first, Democrats had a great hand, and then when I checked out an hour later, Republicans were suddenly in the lead in New Jersey. This is probably what we're seeing here in Connecticut. Now, those of you who think, states can't, this Republican state can't go blue. South Dakota has, for example, went blue many times. When it comes to races, it depends on if their leader is popular or not. If their leader isn't popular, they would gladly elect someone that is popular, that even though it comes from the opposing party. So Kathy Hochul, I believe her name is, not that popular. This is the first time I only really heard her name. Popular, not popular at all. So I'm starting to question, is she having the ability to get reelected? Or first time getting elected into the governor office, as she took office after Cuomo resigned last year. And so, yes, the GOP is gaining massive ground. And my only question is, do liberal sources agree? Now, it's too early. This huge spike in the polls is too early. So I don't expect much of the liberal media or liberal sources or Democrat sources to really have an opinion on this, according to the Senate projection, Senate races. So we take a look here. I'm going to take a look here. So over here, let's see here. I'm going to reset this map. So this is a big change of what we saw. Now, it was October 11th that 270 to win, which I would think is more of a leaning left, center left sort of source, had Fetterman ahead in the likely category of things. It first, of course, started out with a toss-up. Then it cranked up to tilt. Then it went up to leaning. Then it went up to likely. Then it went down a little bit. We went down to leaning, and then we went down just on October 11th, went back down to tilt. It is true, Dr. Oz is truly making ground in the state of Pennsylvania. So, as of right now, Pennsylvania is in a tilt, according to 270 to win for Democrats. Georgia and Nevada still uncalled. As for Arizona, I believe, was at a likely. But then that went bumped down to a leaning. I think the GOP's biggest challenge is in Arizona. Reason? Well, why? Arizona's a red state. Reason? Well, Arizona has gotten pretty popular. And abortion has been a huge issue in the state. And Arizona seemed to having a hard time at finding who's going to be the governor. So it's various sparks of confusion in Arizona. Biggest battles in Arizona, and I believe Georgia. Taking a look more on this map here. Reset. This is 270 to win. Subaru Crystal has a status quo. Whoop, we don't want the consensus. We want this one. Crystal, same thing. A 49-49. Pennsylvania, they haven't really switched into the tilting margin. Cook Political as Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, and Nevada as a toss-up. They believe also Colorado is in a leaning when it comes to the Senate. Republicans, yes, like I said before, a couple of videos ago, Republicans do have a chance, but not as big as a chance as Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Nevada. Inside elections, the prediction here, Arizona's in a tilting margin. I believe definitely this is more of a conservative source. Georgia, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire's even tilted. Nevada, 538, the more left-wing source, has not really much of a change. Arizona is likely for Democrats. And Pennsylvania, more leaning to the polls. So, yes, once again, toss the status quo in the air. And then we have split ticket. Once again, leaning margin for Arizona, leaning margin for Pennsylvania. Utah's bumped down to a likely, which I think is true. Elections Daily has Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Georgia as a toss-up, with a leaning margin for Arizona and a likely margin for New Hampshire. And now we have same thing here. We have a toss-up for Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. This is Fox News. Well, Democrats seem to be making ground in the leaning margin when it comes to New Hampshire. Same thing with Politico. So no one hasn't really made a big stance yet, gained much ground. So here in Politico, nothing much different. And of course we have the incumbents. So I'm going to see if 270 to win has a House projection, because I'm a little curious to see what 270 says for the House. If they don't, then we'll jump right into the governors. Well, obviously they do have a House projection. As of right now, 270 to win. Let's see if it still has it. I believe very well, so I might have to reset this map. Actually, no. This map actually is... Republicans have lost their strength in the House by 2 points. So we are seeing more of an update here. Once again, Democrats are pretty behind, 206. Not that, well, 10 behind. 13, when it comes to these, 13 seats are tossed up. Alaska is tossed up, for sure. Alaska is probably going to go Democrat, what it seems like. So we have most of it seems here. So yeah, so once again, this isn't really the official polls when it comes to this. 22 competitive. I want to see what they think. Oh yeah, there's a huge gap when it comes to this. Democrats 163, Republicans 186. Sabudu's Crystal. Republicans ahead with 214. Democrats with 195. Political. Cook, I believe. Cook says Republicans are getting there, 211. Democrats are behind with a 193. So definitely, the House seems to benefit Republicans, even though none of these sources say, oh, Republicans are going to win. It's more of a getting more competitive, as it seems with the House. But of course, it's getting later into October, so we're going to expect more of this. So yes, Democrats seem 211 for Republicans, 205, and this is according to Inside Elections. The Cook Political. All right, so 538, even 538 has Republicans in a ahead by 215, while Democrats are stuck at 207. Although they have acknowledged Alaska, many sources have acknowledged Alaska is going to go blue. More of a toss-up. They went from a safe Republican to a likely Republican to a leaning Republican to a tilting Republican. Now it's tossed up. Although Democrats haven't really gained the lead yet, although many are predicting. Fox News. Once again, Democrats are more put into 187. Republicans haven't even taken the House yet at 215. 216, this is split ticket, once again. And Elections Daily predicts that Republicans will successfully take the House, and Alaska is going pretty good blue, leaning blue, when it comes to this. Once again, Republicans seize the House, Elections Daily, according to Elections Daily. Politico, 211, and then, yeah, that's our blank map. Now our last thing here is our governors. The governor projection is looking very good for Republicans. It mainly because it goes by how many states, and there are, according to the map here, the wall, 27 conservative states in the United States and 23 liberal states. Here's a little projection of the consensus here. Let's see here. This is the projection of 272 wins projection of, and Connecticut, once again, is tilting that way. Not much of a very big change. So this is the projection here for 270 to win. Sabudu's Crystal, not that different than 270 to win. Once again, Republicans head with 25. Cook Political, once again, has Democrats. Democrats I didn't see much difference here. Cook Political, nothing much different. Yes, Texas, tilting margin for Georgia. Nothing much different here. It's the same results. Let's see what the other sources say. 538. Democrats get a point. It says 538 predicts a leaning margin for Kansas. And for those of you who are unaware, Kansas is going, Kansas has a Democrat governor. I don't know what they think of it, but they seem to enjoy it. Because Republicans are certainly having a hard time in the state of Kansas. Ultimately, Republicans should not be concerned of Kansas. Don't backfire at me, mainly because it's not going to hurt the GOP if they lose Kansas to the Democrats. Reasons? Because, number one, this is not going to help them win the Senate. It's not going to help them win the House. The results are pretty much the same. So yes, once again, more toss-up when it comes to split ticket. Elections daily. Oh yes, a relief for Republicans here. Although it's not sort of a relief, it's a relief for Democrats also. Kansas is going to a likely red. Once again, I'd say 538 is a more biased Democrat source. So if you really want to see real information, try to look for the source that's going into the center. Don't go for a right-wing or a left-wing source, because they're most likely biased for the Democrats or the Republicans. They're going to kind of over-dramatize the information. So, Elections Daily, I know I said it was more conservative. I don't really know if that's true or not. Just taking a look here. Yes, Republicans, 26 to 20. Fox News, a more toss-up. Now, Fox News would, if Republicans were in the lead and Fox News recorded it in Kansas, they would definitely put it on there. In New Mexico is a toss-up. Although, yes, indeed, the Hispanic flip has definitely helped and aided Republicans when it comes to winning. But more on that later. I'm going to reset. I'm going to go back. Fox News. Politico. They have Minnesota as a leaning, Michigan, Pennsylvania, once again New Mexico, and they don't seem to use tilting colors, which is kind of like some sources don't use the tilting, which I find is a little silly. Here's some sources here: Alaska, Hawaii. This is U.S. News. And here's our incumbents. So that is our current thing, Majig. So let's take a look back on, let's come back to base here. This is the current, now, like once I said, this is too early, way too early. I received word on this on, I want to say I received word on Sunday. Sunday was when I got word of the wave. Monday, heard more information, and now I'm making this video today on Tuesday, which will probably come up on Wednesday. So, yes, this is too early to call, see the polls. So, but I probably will check in again and see where they're going. And best questions for you: will Kansas go blue? Will Alaska go blue? And will Oregon go red? What else? And will Wisconsin go red? I know for Senate it will, but governor seems to be tossed up. And let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.